What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're starting off where we always start off, with a mess. A freaking mess. A mess. And always on this desk. I need to do some more changes here. Anyway, today I'm gonna try to squeak in an oil change, and we're switching things up. The last time I did my oil change, I actually went with the tried and true Amsoil Ultra Platinum. I was gonna go with Amsoil, but then I started getting flooded with messages from people saying scams oil and why would you put that in your car, and then, you know, whatever. So I started doing a lot of digging, and I found out that this has a pretty decent reputation. So I picked this up, and I was going back and forth on filters. A lot of people in my last video had mentioned that they didn't really like the STP filter. They were like, oh, come on, you know, you're Mr. OCD, you need to do better, blah, blah, blah. So I was going to get a Purolator or the Wix XP. I'm going to give this one a go for this trip around the moon. This is the Wix XP. And we're going to just see how this combination is. Shouldn't be that difficult. What we do have to do is get into this thing, turn this around, and make this face here. So let's get this going. It's getting cold, and I'm wearing shorts like a moron. You're gonna have to excuse my engine bay. Usually it's a lot cleaner. I haven't really done much to it in a hot minute. I just gave it a super quick wipe down because there was an ungodly layer of dust here. But this is unacceptable. Like this and this is just terrible. I will be doing a video on that at some point, but you can see we are in monster truck status. In case you didn't know, the little trick for that, you put the thing in off-road mode and lifts that mofo up as high as humanly possible, right? And then you just got to disable the like comfort setting where it would actually lower it down. So now I could just go under there and do our thing here. So we're gonna get under the vehicle, and I'm gonna show you the process again. I did it last time on my other video. The only thing different is just gonna be, you know, the oil and the filter change types. That's it. We're gonna start by taking that off, and we're gonna drain the oil out of this large Pigarooski. I just changed the oil not long ago. I do it twice a year. I never ever hit the mileage. I've had this vehicle for 14 or 15 months now, and I'm only at 6,000 something miles. So I don't really drive mileage wise killing oil, but I still change it twice a year, once in the spring and once right before winter. This way, you know I got some fresh oil in the vehicle. It's just kind of like a habit. But never mind, let's go. Let's get this down here. We gotta get this ready. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. We gotta do this. We gotta do this, and we gotta go. I lost my my one mat, so here we are using a freaking Peloton mat again. I have to reiterate the fact that I still can't believe I could fit under this vehicle. Not the most comfortable thing. I gotta tell you, if it falls or decides to, why is it so goddamn windy? It wasn't windy all day, right? Windy now. So this time we're going to a different camera angle. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze down here, and it's cold. What we're gonna do is break this loose. We got this bad boy. This is a T45. Same one as last time. Just gonna break it loose, and then I'm gonna go get my gloves. I know you're like, oh, you should have broke it loose while you're wearing your gloves. Listen, this is the OCD show. Stick along for the ride. More fuckery's coming. I really want to stress the fact that it wasn't windy at all. At all. For the last like 2 days. What happens? I go to do the oil change, like a freaking hurricane There you go. Some success. Tiny bit on your hand ain't gonna kill you. That's why we're wearing gloves, baby. I get paranoid every time. Do you get this like paranoia where you're like, is it gonna fill the container or is it gonna fill my face and the ground? You got this like a bleed valve here. Make sure that that's not. Is it going in? Yeah, it's going in. Give this a little wipe, even though I'm probably gonna mess that up. And we're gonna let this bad boy drain. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Little did I know, I kept pushing the button to record and it's just taking freaking pictures. Ha! Anyway, I took this bad boy. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these. Get one if you haven't. I loosened this up a little bit. So that should be able to be, yeah, I can start doing that in a minute. And then we're gonna let that pour its bukkake excrement into this. We're just gonna give this some more time to drain down. So I'm probably just gonna go read a book or something. The wind's blowing right toward me, in case you're not realizing what's about to happen here. So I'm just gonna loosen this up so that this starts doing its thing here, because it's definitely gonna be filled to the brim. We're gonna let that start oozing and gooing. The wind makes everything so much more fun, because then when it just like blows right in your face and you get like oil on your face, you look like a real man when you go upstairs. You know, like, honey, look, I changed my oil and it's all over my body. Like I did it on purpose. Like you're doing like a fighting simulator or something. I always recommend having a couple throwaway rags, because I don't care. No, don't blow. No wind. No, you. Come on now. I always recommend having a couple paper towels or throw away those tear rags, because it does get a little bit messy, especially if it's windy like hell right now for no reason. You know, what you gonna do? Oh my god, if I start detailing under here, oh, stop. I can't be down here. I can't have a vehicle where I could like reach the bottom. I got my filter filled up with some oil, and the gasket's pre-lubed and the filter's filled up. Get it nice and snuggy ruggy. Alright, we're done. We're done down here. We're done in this hellhole. Just gonna give everything a wipe off here. We out of here, Batman. I'm gonna show you something so ridiculously cool. This turned into a funnel. I'm already liking this brand. So ridiculous. So ridiculously simple. I'm gonna show you what I mean, because I opened it not realizing that that was the case my first time using it. So basically, I thought this was all gonna twist off, but you just basically pull this up and you're turning this, but you pull this out. It's like, I'm a grower, not a shower, and then you just pop this out. So we're gonna get to this one, because this is only 5.28 quarts. We need 8 quarts. So what we're gonna do, don't worry, this is not going in. This is just the bottle I saved. So this is the trick I do, right? So I basically dump the full thing in there. Obviously I put some in the filter itself, but I'm going to dump the whole container in there, so I'll know that there's 5.28, whatever. It was starting to get crazy here, right? Then I'm just going to start filling these up one at a time. So it'll be 6, 7, and then as I get to the last one, I'll put half in. I'm going to start checking the oil, just so I know I'm getting to the fill line and not over the fill line, if that makes any sense. So this is pretty freaking cool. I've been telling you guys I save these things, right? I like to try these, so I'm going to put you here, and then it clamps on. We're covered in wind, but you're just going to have to deal with it, because that's what happens. Oh, there's some like green goopy oil. Gotta love it. You know what else I've been hearing about this oil is it's got that ceratec in it, because it's the Molygen, and I've been wanting to do the Molygen in here. I've been wanting to do the ceratec in a vehicle, just because I've been hearing good things about it. But there's no need to put the ceratec in here if you have the Molygen from what the website's saying. So it's kind of pointless to do that. So there you go. That's 5.28 down the shedder. So this would be one more quart. Here we go. This is 7.28. It's gotta be so windy. I need to do something. We're not on the stick yet. Oh, come on with the wind, dude. Stop with this bullshit. It's like ridiculous. You can't really see much of anything, but we're about halfway on a dipstick. So, it should put us right at the number. That's it. We just got to put the cap back on, and that's it. Done deal, baby. That is a done deal. So all we got to do now is start it. Let's hear this baby, and then reset the oil light. So what's cool about this now is this cap is just going to go back onto here. Yo, German engineering. It even lines up. What? Come on. That's ridiculous. That's unbelievable. Unless I save my setup here. This is all cleaned out. You know what's the biggest bitch, honestly, is springtime. My car's covered in pollen again. And I get it. You need this pollen stuff to keep the, you know, grass and trees and flowers and all this other stuff doing its thing, but it's like, come on, bro, you're fucking with our cars now, just killing us here. All right, so, all right, shut up, too many things going on here. So what we're gonna do is go in here, and we're gonna say I have 71% oil life. I bet you I had a lot more than that, but we're gonna reset that bad boy. Simple, easy peasy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. The other thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna go back into my settings, and I'm gonna set that thing where it says ride height here, and I always have the automatic, so as soon as the car goes into park, it basically drops it down all the way. I've got small children that have little tiny legs. Oh my god, the pollen, you can't even like tell, can you? Because the car's green. It's like unbelievable. Now I gotta dispose of this oil. That's part of the thing, you know? It's part of the thing. Alright, well, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you are an OCD OG, I truly appreciate your support. This is the new setup. Again, Liquimoly, Molygen, next gen, new gen, So this has the ceratec in it from what I was reading, which is cool. So I'm excited about this. And we've got a different oil, no STP. So I think we're just going to go forward with, like I said, the Wix or the Purulator. So those are going to be like the two I'll back up. Next one, I'll probably use that one, unless this is just, you know, I didn't really feel like there was any issue with the other one, but this is what we're going with. We're going to see how this rolls. And yeah, that's it. Easy. Oil changes are easy. Don't overcomplicate them. Don't give people money to do it unless you just really don't have the time and, you know, you're heading toward, you know, hitting mileage where you're at 0 oil change life left or something. You're just like, you know, not on top of your maintenance. If you have the time, do it. It's getting you familiar with your vehicle. It's getting you involved with your vehicle. But yeah, this is exciting. And the good part is we didn't use a ton of this. We still, again, have like 2.5 or so left of here. So this is good. The vehicle doesn't really burn oil. V8s are notorious for that stuff, so you always want to have a little extra. So then when I go to buy more, if I see this on sale, I'll pick this up. I don't know if it's ever going to be on sale, but if I get 2 at a time, I'm always going to have extra, and I could put 1 quart in, half a quart in, whatever. But anyway, I love you all. I hope everybody's staying happy, healthy, and humble. Your boy's going to go drop off this used oil at AutoZone, and that's the end of my day. Happy Saturday, happy life. And yeah, that's it. Goodbye. Oh wait, look at this. I don't know if anybody notices these things. Look at that. Freaking Temu. What a crazy situation. Goodbye.